Hello you guys, and welcome to Abundantly Minimal. My name is Sarah and I'm back again with another anti-haul video. I do these each month and show you the things that I'm getting rid of in hopes that it will inspire you to help you simplify your life and really live your best life with less. So if that's something you feel like you can get behind, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We make lots of videos trying to help you live your best life, a more simple life, minimalist content, healthy living content, all of that. So without further ado, let's get into the items that I'm getting rid of this month for my September anti-haul. These are in no particular order. First up, I have this pair of flip-flops. I've had them for a long time, and this particular pair just wasn't as comfortable for me anymore and was giving me blisters, so why would I want to wear this? So goodbye to these flip-flops. Some general clothing decluttering. I've got a couple shirts here I'm getting rid of. Jake is actually getting rid of an old pair of khakis. This was actually like a college textbook. It is from a political science class. I think this was Jake's. We had the same major, so we took a lot of the same classes, so I don't really remember. Well, this could be a really great educational resource, and I probably would learn a lot and review a lot of good information. I just don't see myself taking the time to read through this if I haven't already. So I'm gonna be sending this off, and maybe it can be helpful to someone else who is studying political science or that kind of thing. This is just like a little calligraphy guide. I went through a phase where I was really interested in calligraphy and had some calligraphy pens, but the truth is it wasn't really something that I practiced a lot, so I think it's best if I send this out, especially since I do most of my work digital these days. There's actually quite a bit more clothing than I remembered. I've got this blue shirt here I'm getting rid of. I'm getting rid of this dress here. I absolutely loved this dress and wore it a bazillion times. I got it in 2012 when I was back in Spain for the summer and just loved it so much. But the truth is, like, I'm getting older. I'm almost 26, and I feel like this is like a 20-year-old kind of dress. Like, this is a little too flashy, I think, for where I am in my life. So gonna send it off with great love to someone else. Another shirt, some pairs of fancy underwear that I didn't really find that comfortable. There's more on that in this Things I Stopped Buying video. We had a couple extra spatulas, so we're gonna get rid of our least favorite one. And then I also bought this bench scraper for the kitchen. It was actually part of my online chef school that I was a part of about 2 years ago. But the truth is, I only ever used this once for the lesson. And I think for me, any potential use that I would use it for, I personally feel like I would just use a different kitchen tool. So there's no need for me really having this. Even though it's in beautiful condition, I just used it once. So sending that off. These little discs here we're getting rid of. Now these were both from speech classes that Jake and I had to take in college. We weren't in there together, we didn't even know each other at the time, but we were kind of curious to see what our speeches looked like from freshman year, so 7 years ago. But we've been holding on to them for several months and have so far been unable to locate like these mini disk drives. They're just not really built into computers that we have access to. So because of that, it's time for us to let these go. Reusable bags always seem to make their way into my life. So basically I am getting rid of this one since I've also added a couple others recently. The biggest assortment of stuff we are decluttering this month actually kind of came from my parents' house. I was hanging out with my family over the weekend and we actually decluttered a lot of the stuff that was from my childhood and my sister's childhood. So specifically some extra baby clothes, well, not really just baby, but like baby through, I don't know, like elementary school clothes. And so we are keeping quite a bit. We were going through, and I mean, it's kind of an interesting situation. Jake and I are a couple years out from having our own kids, but you know, there is a lot of really good stuff there. So that's kind of been what things have been held on to for. But we went through and we found there were quite a few things that we found to be pretty ugly and didn't really have much desire to put our kids in. I mean, if we have boys, then that will switch things up a bit because it's just girl stuff that we have, but regardless, this is a big bin of clothes here. There is a place called Once Upon a Child that is relatively near our apartment where you can actually take kids stuff, and if they want anything, they will pay you for it. It's a very small amount, but we were like, hey, it's worth a try. So they picked out 2 things from this big bin here. Most of our stuff was really like 20 years old, 15, 20 years old. So they did specify that they really wanted things ideally like within the last 5 years. But regardless, they bought a couple things off of us for a few dollars each. And now we are going to be donating the rest of this bin here. So if you do find yourself in a similar situation and you have a lot of stuff laying around like this, maybe see if you can get some financial value. And if not, donation is always an option. So quite a few things here that I can donate. And it saved the space of a whole bin at my parents' house. So that was really cool. So one final item that I don't have physically here right now is our old tablecloth. So we did recently upgrade our tablecloth. We did have a linen tablecloth that did work well for us for many years, but we found that Jake and I are both pretty messy eaters sometimes, and so when we would spill things, it was not super easy to really wipe up, and then it just would look gross with all of these stains on it before we'd go wash it. So we wanted to get something that was a little bit more easy to wipe up. Obviously, we didn't want to have, you know, the problem of creating new plastic and that sort of thing. So we did find a company called Bottle Cloth that we got a tablecloth from, and we really like it. This is not sponsored by them in any way, but we switched out then, so we have that one now, and we are getting rid of our old one, but we have to wash it first. So it is sitting in the dirty clothes right now, so I'm not going to hold up a dirty tablecloth, but that is something also we're adding to our list. So that about wraps up the things that I'm getting rid of this month, but I'd love to hear from you guys. What items are you getting rid of? I think it's so important that we share these anti-haul messages in response to all of the haul buying messages that are out there. And I'd encourage you, even if you feel comfortable, make your own video or share on social media things that you're getting rid of. I know one of my favorite channels, The Not Busy Life, recently did a video for an anti-haul. I'll actually link it in the description below. And I would love to see if there's more of you guys who want to give it a try. Regardless, thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch past episodes of the anti-haul, you can click right here. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can click right here. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.